Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today on the very new Content Creator Beta server. So what does that mean? That means I get to test out a 6-star Rank 2 SIG 200 Guardian for you. Now, what fight are we going to be testing this guy against? Well, obviously, he has those passive shock damages whenever he would crit, alright? So, you know me, I'm going to take him up against this stacked Thunderstruck King Groot mini-boss that has caused so many people a roadblock in their 6.4 exploration. Now, I'm also going to be bringing the Sasquatch energy along, because what that's going to do is that's just going to let me place a little shock on him whenever I parry, okay? It's very similar to like the King Groot and Man-Thing synergy that you want to bring along for Acid Wash. Whenever you parry with Man-Thing, you get a poison. It's pretty much the same thing. It's basically made for Thunderstruck though, alright? I'll tell you right now, in this video, you aren't going to be seeing those giant, enormous numbers that you've been seeing like in the deep dive and in like the videos of Guardian completely built up, like throwing off multiple special 1s and multiple special 3s, and the reason why is because every time King Groot throws a special attack, we're gonna have our power drained, alright? So what I'm showing off in this video is just the consistency of his shock damage, alright? So keep in mind, we're not gonna be doing any damage against this King Groot unless, you know, we're doing it with a shock, whether that be a shock passive, whether there be an active shock from the Sasquatch synergy, alright? Now, if I do manage to wait out that power sting debuff, I will toss off a special 1 just to do a little bit of damage. But one thing that's also very, very nice about Guardian in this fight is that not only does he have the shock debuffs, but he also has unbelievable block proficiency here. So you'll see that like whenever we like parry, we're really not taking too much damage at all. And also you'll see later on in the fight, if we ever push King Groot to special 2, which I might do right here, I can get a perfect block on his long projectile, his projectile special attack, which is really, really cool. And I can also do it on his other special attack as well. Of course, it makes more sense just to dex out of the way. So, you know, this is a decently long fight. It's going to be a decently long fight with anybody, but, you know, as you can see, he's going down. He goes down a little bit slower than, like, Dr. Doom would take him down, but not everybody has Dr. Doom. Same thing as, like, Black Widow, Deadly Origin, but not everybody has her. If you happen to pull Guardian in a couple months when he comes to the Future Crystal, and you're stuck on this King Groot, if you're watching this then, well, this is a great option for you. Now, like I said, this isn't like going to be your optimal playstyle video for Guardian. And since this is a decently long fight, I'll talk about that now. When you're using Guardian, in long fights, you want to throw off a couple of special 3s and then toss a really huge special 2, but in like most shorter fights, you want to go like special 1, and then special 2, and that'll probably end the fight. That's going to do like a decent amount of damage, man. Now you combine that with like the amazing block proficiency and also like the block proficiency synergies that he brings the rest of your teammates. I really like this champion a lot. To me, he's not like the next like meta-defining champion. He's really not, I don't think. I think he's a very nice champion to have and very reliable. Also, when you have him at SIG 200, he has that energy resistance and that bleed resistance, so you are going to be healing a tiny bit with willpower if you're running the Suicide Mastery, so that's something that I personally like. You know, I love my Corvus and my Omega Red because I always run the Suicide Masteries and I can heal with them, which is really, really awesome, and one reason why I use those guys literally every day for literally everything. But yeah, I've been rambling for about 3 minutes now, and this King Groot's down to 45%, and you know, there are obviously a bunch of champions at this point that can do this fight, but it's always nice to have another one because I've seen many people just be completely roadblocked by this fight, and it's always nice to have just another addition for the future for people going through this lane in a couple months to even like a year from now. You know, if they don't have a Dr. Doom or a Black Widow, but they happen to have a Guardian, well, this is your option for Thunderstruck, man. You know, we also have Thunderstruck in 6.3.6, and in that lane, we don't have the Stung Once, Twice Shy node. So if you were to take Guardian up against Thunderstruck, right, when you don't have like the limitation of not being able to use your special attacks, well, you're gonna have a really great time then, because you can be tossing off your special 1s, you're tossing off your special 3s, tossing off your big special 2, getting all that passive shock damage, and you're gonna be killing the opponent like that without having your specials limited. Alright, so Guardian's going to be a really amazing option for Thunderstruck. Okay, now here's the thing with this fight right here. Some other champions who are decent options for Thunderstruck aren't really decent options for this fight. Right here, really funny story. I looked down and I had a spider crawling on my leg when I recorded this last night. So I paused the game for a second and I got that guy off my leg, but here we are, we're right back in it. Here I was really hoping to try to get that special 2 off, but unfortunately he did toss off that special 2. But how cool is that perfect block against special attacks, man? That's another thing that I really like about this champion. You know, I'm very tempted to grind for him as a 5-star champion, or open some featured 6-star crystals for him next round, the next batch in 2 months when he comes around, just because he just really does seem like a very reliable, nice champion to have. I feel like he's going to be really good in Alliance War, where you just go in, you toss off 2 special 1s, toss off the special 2, all with the perfect block and everything, the crazy block proficiency that he gives the rest of your teammates, and then the fight's over with the special 2. So I think he's going to be very good for Alliance War. I believe he'll be, you know, a decent champion for Alliance Quest Map 7 on any of the generic lanes. He'll just be an all-around decent questing champion as well, and of course every champion is good in arena. That pretty much covers all of it. Also incursions, he'll be fun in incursions. But yeah, dudes, like, you know, we're 250 hits in, and I was expecting a bit of a better result here, but this King Groot is just really nasty. Like, he's really nasty. If you do this fight with, like, someone who doesn't have the shocks, like Star-Lord, it's going to take all 400 hits with Star-Lord. It's going to take all 600 hits with Guillotine 2099. But yeah, man, a 6-star rank 2 got through this King Groot in about 6 minutes. That's about the same amount of time as a rank 5 Doctor Doom, or like a rank 3 Black Widow Deadly Origin, man. So Black Widow Deadly Origin, in my opinion, is still the best option for this fight. We're gonna jump over to Realm of Legends, just some quick Winter Soldier gameplay, because I want to show you what I think the optimal rotation to use this guy is in 90% of content, alright? And there's going to be 2 ways. One way is going to be tossing off 2 special 1s and a special 2, and the fight will probably be over. Another way is to toss off a special 3 and then a special 2, alright? And you'll see that in this fight. But I want to talk a little bit more about this guy, because, you know, there's been like a trend lately in the new champions in 2020 where you see a lot of videos of like these crazy yellow numbers or crazy damage over time, or really insane like ruptures with Tigra, or like the perfect scenario for Red Guardian. And I'm sure you'll see some stuff with like Sasquatch coming up, and I'm sure you've seen like the rank 3 video of Guardian, or even like the 3-star doing insane damage as well. But that is just very unrealistic, alright? It's kind of like when you take Sunspot into Realm of Legends and you toss off a 500 billion special 2 with like 10 stacks of flare state. It's just not realistic for most content. Like, you're not going to go into Alliance War and you're not going to throw 10 special 3s with Guardian and then toss off a special 2. You know, I feel like it's so much more important to focus on what he can do reliably and realistically, and something that you're not going to have to like reach for every fight. Because let's face it, who wants to watch 10 special 3s with this guy anyway, you know? He does have a very cool special 3 animation, I'm not knocking that, but you know, that's just not the way that you want to be playing him on a daily basis. Same thing goes for like Red Guardian. Red Guardian is one of my favorite champions released this year, and you know, everyone sees that ridiculous damage potential, but in most fights in an Alliance Quest fight, you're not going to be stacking, you know, 3 stacks of trauma. You're going to do a special 1, and then you're going to do a special 2, and then the fight's pretty much going to be over, and then maybe you'll do a special 3 as well. I feel like, you know, the same kind of thing goes for here, man. Like, you just want to focus on the good parts here. Like, he has really great synergies for the rest of his team. He, like, boosts them all up. It really reminds me of a Nick Fury kind of thing. He gives all the heroes attack. He gives all of the champions on your team great plus 1,000 block proficiency, which is really, really nice, especially with the way that Act 6 currently is. Once Act 6 is nerfed, well, you know, I mean, it won't be as important, but it's still going to be very nice to have against certain defenders, you know what I mean? So on top of that, you know, he has that decent damage output too, so he's just a very reliable champion that has, you know, he's also going to be good for flow wars in Alliance War. I somehow just realizing that now. You know, he doesn't crit. He's also a havoc counter with the armor up buff. Yeah, he's all around a pretty decent champion, man. He's not my favorite champion ever released, but I really like him a lot. Yeah, dudes, that's gonna be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I might be making some more Guardian videos over the next couple of days. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, if you did enjoy this, please do me a favor and leave a like, comment what do you think about Guardian versus Thunderstruck in the comment section below, and subscribe if you want to see some more content coming to you very, very soon. I'll be seeing you around.